So what if I told you that Joseph had always had Hermit Purple and even in Battle Tendency? So I was originally working on the How Strong is Joseph Joestar video when I had encountered this idea. Before getting into Joseph's stand connection to the past, I had to go back on how far they were around, meaning stands. So around 50,000 years ago, a meteorite had crash landed onto Earth. This meteorite contained a virus that would choose worthy individuals. Once choosing those individuals, the virus had gave them stands. This information can be found in part 5, Vento Arreo. So seeing this, I was like, okay, that makes sense, right? For example, Anubis, a stand in Stardust Crusaders, the user of Anubis had died 500 years ago, and Anubis became its own stand. It puzzled me though, because if we're gonna have to go back to creating stands from all the way back, meaning that means there should have been stands all the way back there too, but that's just an assumption because a man hadn't found the virus until a couple of hundreds of years ago. We don't really know much about it aside from the information about the arrows and all. Several hundred years ago, before the discovery of the virus, a man who wished to acquire the power of gods took the rocks and fashioned them into arrows. These arrows had since been lost until 1986, when an Egyptian ruins investigation team had uncovered 6 of them from underneath the Egyptian desert. The arrow's effects are transferable down bloodlines, generally without exception, as the arrow that pierced Jonathan Joestar's body, taken over by Dio, awakened the stands in the rest of the Joestar family, with certain people without the necessary spiritual energy suffering from the strain, as in Holly or Josuke at the time. We all know and think it was the stand arrow piercing Jonathan's body that made it pass down to all the Joestars, and that's where it makes sense. That's where it actually adds up to at least majority of them. We all know that Jotaro had got one, Josuke, Holly, Joseph, and I guess Giorno, but how he got his was pretty iffy since it activated subconsciously and you never see him go through the strain. Well, that's what I had originally believed. That's what the Stardust Crusaders plot had shown me to believe. Here's the thing though. We had traces of Joseph having Hermit Purple, and along with proof by Araki. Haven't you always wondered why Joseph knew what everyone was going to say next, and it was not just some odd coincidence that he's just smarter than everybody, even though he used the same ability on Cars, who had an IQ of 400? Hermit Purple is known to be a telepathic stand with the ability of divination, the ability to predict and seek knowledge and information from other sources. In Eyes of Heaven, Pucci would rather be dead than to stay alive to get the information taken from him by Joseph's Hermit Purple. So it's indeed possible, even the canonicity of Eyes of Heaven is pretty debatable. The capabilities of Hermit Purple haven't been fully shown either. We had seen him make a map out of dust and make the photographs and videos with Hermit Purple, so the more he was focused on in Stardust Crusaders, the more he did. Unfortunately, Joseph can't have a lot of showtime in both parts apparently. Going back into Battle Tendency, let's look on the introduction really quick and tell me if you guys see anything. Did you see it? No? Okay, let me play it back a little slower. Still no? One more time, even slower. Notice the thorny vines whipping in the back, the darker purple vines right there. So Hermit Purple was in the introduction too, and I don't just believe it was an Easter egg either. I believe that it was a way of showing that he might have had it around at that time, but if you don't believe in these either sources, I'm not gonna blame you. You have total reason to do that. You want factual proof that Hermit Purple has been around this whole time. Jojonium, and it's not a chemical, I promise. Jojonium is a large special release of the first 3 parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga. This contains special interviews with Hirohiko Araki himself. When speaking on Joseph Joestar for the second time, because the first time was about young Joseph, the second one being about old Joseph, this is what he said. Stands were based on this concept just like how Ripple was. So when I thought about putting Joseph back into the story, I needed to decide how I would visualize Ripple as a stand. Ripple is the life energy that travels through the entire body through a special breathing method. Therefore, a concrete visualization of it would be some sort of wire wrapped around the entire body like a vine. If Jotaro's group time traveled to the world of part 2, they would probably be able to see Hermit Purple wrapped around Joseph just like in part 3. So that's it. That's how it all makes sense now. Joseph had always had a Hermit Purple. Do you know what that means? Remember when he subconsciously lifted the Redstone of Asia to beat Cars, just like how Giorno subconsciously activated Gold Experience without knowing he had it? It was Hermit Purple wrapping around Cars, knowing what he was going to do next. After it did that, it pushed Joseph to protect himself by using the Redstone of Asia to protect him. If you're a huge fan of Battle Tendency and you have friends that go against it because of that fight only, congrats. He had not win just because of luck. He had won because he outsmarted him unintentionally with a stand he had no idea of existing. Also, knowing of stands didn't exist either in general. Yeah, okay, that's low-key BS at the same time, but that's his ability right there, so there's nothing you can do about it. He had his Hermit Purple, he won fairly, technically, since it's his stand. I mean, he has it now, it doesn't matter, so there you go. That's Joseph Joestar having Hermit Purple by Araki himself, proven. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Until the next one, peace out and Godspeed. But Kaleb, dude, do you believe that Araki did this on purpose? It's debatable. Araki does some pretty questionable stuff here and there. But, I mean, if that's what he says, and Joseph's bin had stands, then how do we know that not everybody had stands?